What's up, y'all? This is Skinny with the Church of Vapor. I got a serious video for you guys. This isn't a normal review or anything like that. This is very important to anyone that vapes, anything like that. So if you're a vapor, watch this. If you're a vapor, share this. Send this out. This is information people need to know about. So I brought with me Ian Potter, the owner and the man of Aqua Element e-liquid. And he's going to go down from his perspective specifically to what's going on, how it affects him being an owner, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to hand it over to him and tell us what the crap is going on. What do vapors need to know?
Okay, if you're a vapor right now and you're currently using vaping products or you're even thinking about it, then you really need to listen up, because there's a lot of regulation talk over the last year or two, heck, 3-4 years, practically since 2007. But nonetheless, recently, especially in the last year, if you follow CASA.org, you'll see that there's been a lot of bills that have been looked at and reviewed, and there's a lot of talk about could e-cigarettes be banned or could they possibly get taxed, etc., etc. Today, if you're online, if you're on the Facebook or whatever, you'll see stuff all about something very specific, and we're going to actually just read it. It's easier just to read it so you understand what it is. First of all, it's a bill called HR 2058, something that as vapors we actually want to support. If you go to CASA.org, and I have it pulled up here right now, there's a spot where you can send an email. And as a consumer, or especially business owners, I mean, hey, for me, like, this is my living. You know, I sell e-liquid, I make e-liquid, that's how I pay my bills. I got 4 kids, I got a wife, you know, I have to support my family, and this is how I do it. And it's not just me. I mean, there's a ton of vape shop owners, there's mod makers, I mean, you name it, everybody in this industry, they're doing this for a living, you know. It kind of started off in as hobbyists, you know, when it first came out with little vapor pens, as people call them, and then next thing you know, modders were like taking digital cameras and flashlights and anything we could find to make more powerful devices, and now it's a real industry, it's a real business, actually a $6 billion business. So this is huge, this is important. And what's going on here with HR 2058 is the idea is to not categorize us as tobacco products. That's the concept, because the FDA would love to say that this juice in this bottle is a tobacco product, and it's simply not a tobacco product. As vapors, if you're watching this and you already vape, you already know this. But the general public as a whole does not know this. And I would say in America, probably 10% as a whole population-wise of people are now switching from traditional tobacco cigarettes and using e-cigarettes or vaping. 10% sounds small, but it's actually a huge market just in America alone. And, you know, we're not the only country. I mean, the UK, China, you name it. You know, my goodness gracious, I mean, everybody is really realizing the benefit of vaping. And so HR 2058, basically what that does is it doesn't seal the deal. It's not as if 2058 is, you know, in effect, it's not that it seals the deal and that we can never get regulated again. That's not it. I mean, this isn't the end of the fight, but this is definitely important. The reason being is 2007 is kind of our grandfather date. That's when it was introduced into the U.S. market. Vaporized cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and now we just call it mods and vaping, whatever you want to call it. That's when it was introduced into the U.S. market. And I'm looking on their website right now, and I can see here that if you send an email, it's going to help. And some people say, well, it doesn't really matter. The government's going to do what they want. Well, if you have that attitude, then forget it. You might as well not even watch this video. But the reality is we are people, we have a voice. And so if you go to CASA.org, I got it pulled up, click on send an email. And where did it go? And why is it gone? Okay, I'm sending an email right now. And what it's doing is it's sending an email basically urging our president, Barack Obama, to take a look at this, HR 2058, and saying that we express strong support to the FDA, or for the FDA Deeming Authority Clarification Act of 2015, and urge you to co-sponsor this bill, which would amend the Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act to change the grandfather date for newly deemed tobacco products to the date when it was deemed regulation is finalized. If left unchanged, the February 2007 grandfather date would have the effect of removing 99.9% of vapor products in the market today. Okay, now, I'm just flying off the handle here and I'm talking really fast and I'm trying to read and gather my thoughts, but let's just take a moment. 99.9%, dude.
That's a lot.
Vapor products. Okay, so if you're a vapor and you like your favorite e-liquid or your favorite mod or dripper or tank or atomizer, forget it. Like, just forget it. Because if we don't get support here as vapors, and if 2058 doesn't get support and we can't go back to that grandfather date, and if that grandfather date is null and void, we can forget it.
Yeah.
That means in the next year or two, they can literally diminish and just completely stop production, all vaping products in the next year or two, possibly 3 or 4 years at the most, but in the next 2 years, what the FDA will do is they'll say, okay, cool, you got a vaping company, great. We need you to submit an application to sell that product. And if anybody is watching this, maybe you've invented something that has something to do with culinary or food, and you've ever tried to get your market or your product in and good with the FDA, you know it can take years and years. Yeah. And they don't care. I mean, they got just bins and bins of products that could be good for consumers that will just sit in a basement somewhere or on a computer somewhere for God knows how many years and never hit the market, because if it doesn't benefit their pocketbooks, listen to me, if it doesn't benefit their money, then they don't care.
There could be stuff sitting there that we don't even know about right now.
Sure.
That could be beneficial to us years ago.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the original concept of vaping was, what, 1965, I think. It was actually patented. The guy that designed this is back in the 60s. And he knew that this would be a great thing. And his patent ran out, and eventually somebody else picked it up. And we're finally now seeing the fruits of that labor and that science. But guys, this is so important. So go to CASA.org. I'm rambling. And you'll click email. It'll ask you for your personal information. Don't be afraid to share it. They already have it. If you're sending something to any sort of governmental, agency, and you're like, God, I don't want to put my name and address on there, trust me, they have it. Yep. So you might as well just put it on there. And then it will automatically fit, like, what do they call it? Just fill in your message for you. You don't have to type anything. Like, it's pre-filled. You can look through it and read through it because it's really cool. But the way that CASA has set this up is just fantastic. And then you're closing sincerely, and it'll even put your name in there for you. All you have to do is click submit, which I'm doing right now. Submit, and then voila, it says thank you. Your message for support of HR 2058, which would change a grandfather date for newly deemed tobacco products, was sent on, etc., etc. So that's it. That's what we do today. Now tomorrow, there's another thing we have to do, and we get to call the White House. I think this is great. We do have the phone number. I got it up here for you right now.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. October 28th is when they need to call. Tomorrow.
Don't call them tonight. I mean, you can call them tonight, but tomorrow is when we're going to call. Everybody's going to call tomorrow. So take a moment on Wednesday, October 28th. Call the White House at 202-456-1111. I'll repeat that. It's 202-456-1111. Now, CASA has already, provided us talking points. Because, not all of us know what to say when we call the White House. It's like, ring, hey, White House. It's like, yo. You won't have to worry about that. Basically, if you get on CASA.org, it'll tell you what the talking points are. I'm just going to highlight those real quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, I'm calling to urge President Obama to protect consumer choice and demand that the FDA reworks its tobacco deeming regulations so that the existing wide variety of e-cigarette and vapor products can remain on the market. And you'll notice right there it says existing wide variety. This is huge. Yep. The FDA would love to take away flavor out of e-liquid. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I mean, seriously, think about your favorite flavor. You're probably vaping it right now, or you've been vaping it all day. And say oh man, slime time. Woo, I love that slime time. Well, if we don't get this support, forget slime time, forget your favorite flavor, forget your favorite Ripe Vapes VCT or your favorite juices, forget it, because they're going to try to get these flavors out of the e-liquid. That's their first goal, because they know with no flavor there's no market. Yep. And the FDA hates our faces. As written, the FDA's proposed e-cigarette regulations will remove 99.9% of vapor products from the market. So there you go. There you go. And these are the things you're going to talk about. You just want to say you're urging President Obama to protect consumer choice by supporting this HR 2058, and the FDA is proposing the e-cigarette regulations remove 99.9% of vapor products on the market, and you are not okay with that. And then it says, please briefly share your personal story about switching to vapor products. It's simple. When you're on the phone to say, you know what, I used to smoke. I smoked a pack or two a day, or however much you smoked. And since I've started vaping, it's helped me in this facet. Or it's helped me breathe. Or maybe it's helped your overall health. Or maybe you were asthmatic and it's helped you. However it's helped you, just share that with them. And can you imagine if the 10% of America's population called the White House tomorrow? Oh my God, I mean, I know they have a huge switchboard for phone calls, but I mean, it would just be a serious wake-up call. Not only to Congress, but to everybody that, hey, we're serious about this. This isn't just a hobby. This isn't like, oh, it's going to fade out next year. That's been around for a while. We're in this for the long haul.
It's helped us. It's making us live longer.
My God, yeah. And so that's what you need to do. And I know that was a lot, but I'm a business owner. This is my living, and that's why this is important to me. Not just because this is how I make my living, but I love vaping. It's delicious. It makes me feel better. I mean, geez, Louise, I don't even know what else to say. I absolutely love vaping. So please do your part tomorrow. Do your part tonight. Send your emails. Go ahead and get those done. And tomorrow morning, afternoon, when you get a chance, try not to wait too long, but when you get a chance on a lunch break, maybe at work or whatever you're doing, take 10 minutes. Call the White House and say, hey, White House, we support HR 2058.
10 minutes. That's all it takes, 10 minutes. The number again is 202-456-1111 on October 28th. That is tomorrow, Wednesday, 2015, October 28th. Call and do your part. We know we are. We hope you do. If you love vaping and you support it and you want it to stick around, then you need to do this stuff. Don't ignore this. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Show people why we're vaping.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I mean, I think he summed it up. That's it. I mean, if you actually love this, then do it. I mean, but you know what? If you're a vapor and you're like, oh, well, everybody else will do it, I don't have to do it. See, it's that attitude that could cripple this industry. Yeah. You know, vaping isn't just about an industry or money or profits. It's about friendship and loyalty to something that has literally changed your life. This is so much bigger than your clouds, bro, or your twisted quadruple, cat-hoofed frickin' butt-licked fused Clapton quill that you put on yesterday. This is so much bigger than that, because all that cool stuff and all that fun stuff that we do with our crazy builds and all that, and everything that's great about vaping, if you don't do your part, it's just going to go right out the window.
It's going to be gone.
So, I don't even know what else to say. I remember when him and I tried vaping, we were just like, what is this magic in my mouth? Like,
amazingness.
What is going on, and why is this so good? And since then, we have just been absolutely in love with it. And, I don't know. I just hate to see this thing we call vaping, this product, I hate to see it go away. It's not like, and if you're also watching this, you think, well, my boy in his basement, he makes juice, and if the FDA does this, I'll just still get juice from him. What you don't get is the stuff that we get as resellers or as business owners or as a juice company, the flavorings, you name it, the stuff that we use to make your delicious juice, to make your mouth jump with joy. The stuff that we get is not going to be nearly easily as accessible, number one. And if it's illegal, then we're just not going to do it. And so you have to understand that. I mean, it's really up to all of us. It's not just up to me and him, or Ruby Roo or Mike Vapes or any of the other, all over the internet, the reviewers that are talking about it today, it's not just up to them. Clicking like on Facebook or clicking like on, or the thumbs up on somebody's YouTube video doesn't do anything. It just goes to show that you go, oh yeah, I agree. But unless you send this email and you make this phone call, forget it. I mean, you may agree, but unless you do your part, you're not doing anything at all. So, I mean, I know it sounds rude, but I'm sorry, it's true. And don't be one of those people that if we lose this battle in vaping and all this goes away, don't be one of those people that goes, what happened and why did this happen? Because you have a chance to be a part of something.
Yeah.
You have a chance to be part of this, what do they call it? Revolution, man. This is the vape revolution.
That's right.
We don't want to run into the vape apocalypse. Or we don't want to end up... my God, using the Cigalikes again.
No, I don't.
Oh, Jesus. The
main thing, do your part. Share. Send this email. We will have all the descriptions in the video below. Do your part.
Yeah.
Call the White House tomorrow. I know we will. We can't do this alone. Like he was saying, none of the reviewers can. Do your part.
Yeah.
If it comes down to, take 10 minutes on Wednesday, October 28th, which is tomorrow as we're filming this. Do your part. Because if you don't, it's going to be gone.
That's it. And I just wanted to thank Josh here, Skinny, for having me on his channel. I mean, he's kicking it off and he's doing a great job. And I just wanted to thank you for that,
No problem, man.
And this isn't a plug. Okay, this is not a, buy my juice, Aqua Element E-Liquid. This is not a plug. This is not a, hey, we're giving away a Hexome if you click like and share.
We're both wearing Hexome hats. It has nothing to do with that.
No, but we do. We like the Hexome mods, but that's besides the point. This isn't about reviews. He does reviews. That's not what this is about. I sell juice. That's not what this is about. I mean, I guess it is kind of, but this is about vaping as a whole.
Yep.
We got to keep this thing around, man, because this thing is so cool. Vaping is so rad. And if you vape, I think statistics show that you're at least 30% more likely to actually get a girlfriend.
I would say so.
There's a strong 30, maybe 35%. Probably just because you don't smell like butt crack anymore.
That's true. Dipped in butt crack.
Rolled in butt crack. But anyways, yeah. So thank you, bro.
No problem. Thanks for being on the Church of Vapor, sir. Do your part. And tomorrow, we here at the Church of Vapor are going to call the White House. Y'all have a good evening. Do your part.